What's going on, everybody? It's me, Odens-King, back with another video, and today we're going to be reacting to another Ascari video, and it's Uru's story. Now, if you don't know who Uru is, by the way, it's spelled U-R-U. Um, Basically, she is the mother, or like in the animated Lion King, she's the mother of Mufasa and Scar. And because in the animated version, Mufasa and Scar are actually genetically related brothers, so that's kind of nice. So, so Ascari again. So yeah, I'll put the link to his channel in the title and probably in the description. So let's jump on into it and let's learn about Uru. Alright, let's jump on into it.
Today, after many months of request, I will finally tell you the full story of Uru.
Please do.
Prepare.
The way he says that, every time I say the word Uru, like, oh my.
Because this is going to be a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh, let's
We will start from the beginning.
Comment down below if you started crying after a while, or like when this video comes out.
To the very final day. Who are her parents? How did she meet Ahadi? And how did she deal with Scar? But before we continue, I'd want to give a big shout out to Sam, Flop, and VGK for winning the drawing competition of Tanglemane. You too can join. The link is in the description. Are you ready for this adventure? This is the full story of Uru.
Yep, disclaimer. I'm still recovering from that cold. I'm still recovering from that cold, but it's I'm basically over it now. Obviously, the cough. Obviously, my cough isn't better.
Started from Choyo. Do you remember? He was the so-called selfish lion,
How did it start
also
with
known
the villain?
as the adopted and not blood-related brother of Mohatu, one of the most important kings ever to rule in the Pride
Remember
Lands.
that video chat?
The heir of the throne was Ahadi. He was just a cub, but was grown enough to understand that he was going to be the next king. During this period, Choyo always suffered from his own envy and bad attitude towards the pride. But this was until he met Amani, an outlandish lioness that was passing by from another pride. She had some of the Outlander's genes in appearance, but was very kind and compassionate. Something about all this made
That looks like some like Japanese stuff.
her and Choyo fall in love with each other. Choyo and Amani finally had a daughter. Uru was the name they gave her.
She looks like Renee. Not gonna
Since
lie.
the first day that she started walking, she proved to be an adventurous
That looks like Nala. Like you took like the design of Nala, but it looks good.
soul, constantly exploring and sometimes getting in danger.
Got sound
Due to
effects.
this conduct, her parents were forced to constantly look on her. Uru, despite of her thirst of discovering new things, she was really never interested in knowing anyone in the Pride. She seemed very introvert in that sense. Ahadi had always been interested in being friends with her, as he was often bored and couldn't find anyone to play with. But Uru, she seemed to be happier alone than with company.
Huh, interesting. A little more solid. Oh my gosh, freaking ads. Alright, there we go.
One morning, Uru managed to go unnoticed from her parents and sneak out to a completely new zone of the Pride Lands that she had just discovered.
Those trees are those trees are insane. They're so flat. Oh my goodness.
But wasn't allowed to go to. This place was the Gorge. She had never
Same gorge that Mufasa got killed at? Question mark.
seen this place from this close, and
It
being
could be,
such
actually.
a little small cub, she felt all the imposing sensation that this massive gorge transmitted. But this wasn't enough for her. She wanted to see what the bottom was hiding from her view. In the meanwhile, it had been hours since Uru hadn't been seen by anyone.
Is that Bestie? Wait a minute. This is Bestie from the Lion Guard. Because, like, look, the symbol right here. That is bestie. Oh my goodness.
in the pride. Choyo and Amani were searching for her, as it were Mohatu and Ahadi. It was late evening, and still no trace of Uru. Ahadi was very concerned for her, and decided to disobey and go far away to search her. He had this feeling, probably a presentiment that only young lions can understand. He reached the gorge, and was sure that this was the place. Being such a huge site, it was going to be very difficult for him to check on each edge, each rock and each hiding spot to find her. But suddenly, a very high-pitched scream and some rocks falling down could be heard from one side of the terrain crack, not too far away. He ran as quick as he could before the worst could happen. Uru screamed again. She was stuck at the top of a rock on the wall of the gorge, and she was too small to jump up. Ahadi slipped down
She's just on the side, got
the
it.
wall, reached the rock, and quickly grabbed her with his mouth. If it wasn't for him, she would not have returned
Okay, if Ahadi is that big, okay.
home that night. After
Fair.
this experience,
Wow. So Ahadi is the father of Mufasa and Scar, right? And Uru is the mother of Mufasa and Scar. So that means that she's his mate, and yet look how tiny she is.
Uru realized that Ahadi was not too bad of a lion after all, and she
The way he said
slowly
that.
became friend
Not
of
too
him.
bad of a lion.
More and more during time, playing, exploring, and experiencing new things.
That's the okay. That's the thumbnail. Like this is the thumbnail for my Hottie video. But it's actually after this video I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna delete it because that's not a way we're gonna do it.
As the years were passing by,
We're
they
not gonna
became
react to it.
inseparable, and one day they fell in love. After Mohatu passed away, Ahadi
Oh my
and
gosh,
Uru
you're so
became king and queen of the Pridelands.
Let's go. Hottie's got like Scar's eyes. Chapter 2: The Quest.
It was not long until they had their first son, Mufasa.
Let's
Both
go.
Ahadi and Uru were very
Why does he have a red mane?
proud of him since the very first day. He was very similar to his father, both in appearance and personality. They knew from the beginning that he had everything to be a good king.
And thus he was.
Few years later, one day, a big problem surged. The Pridelands were running out of water. It was not an uncommon thing as it happened periodically every summer, but this time was different. It was early spring. How are the animals going to survive 6 months of intense hot weather without water? It was going to be a disaster. They gave it some time to see
What is up with the divot in his head? What the heck?
if it was just a temporary problem. But 2 months had passed and things got out of hand. The whole pride was devastated and the summer season had just started. At this point, there was nobody that could realistically help. Choyo was very old and weak. Amani had passed away some months before. The animals were weak and dehydrated, and Ahadi had to constantly be present helping the inhabitants in need and keep the order. The only one that could save the pride was Uru, and her adventurous nature would certainly be of use.
I looked this up. Actually, Uru means diamond. If you're curious, like the name means diamond.
She insisted and went on this quest. She had to discover the root of the
He just wanted to do a sound effect, didn't he?
problem and solve it, and was totally willing to do it. Wow, probably one of the best queens ever to exist. She left the
Right.
pride and followed the main
Robbie's
river
better.
for hours, days, weeks. Food and refuge were not a problem, as she found both on her way to the source. The main and most significant problem was something that she didn't tell anyone before leaving.
Oh?
She was pregnant. If she had mentioned it, Ahadi would have not let her go away. She knew it was all or nothing. In the meanwhile, several weeks had passed and a significant amount of lives in the Pridelands were at risk. Few had already died, and now also food was missing.
I don't understand. One thing I don't understand is how the heck is there no water? Like, why is there no water? Like, I mean, like, there's no way you could drink all of it. Like, look at this. There's no way you can drink all of that. Like, that is deep. That is really deep. There's no way you could lose that much water. Well, I guess during the dry season, I guess you could, like, they could drink too much, but like, when they have rain,
everyone counted on Uru, but the common fear that something had happened to her was pretty obvious. Finally, Uru reached the source.
Excuse me, is that blood or
The problem was that a bunch of trees, trunks, and dirt, probably pushed there by a huge thunderstorm, were positioned right in the middle of the stream, blocking the passage of water and creating a sort of natural dam. She couldn't do it alone. She was going to need the help of several animals to clear all that waste. Fortunately, after exploring the zone for a while, Uru found a friendly pride that was willing to help her. It took 3 days, working day and night, to remove all the waste. Eventually, the water started running again. Uru thanked everyone and quickly ran back towards the Pridelands.
That's cool animation.
From there, a distant sound could be heard at one point. Everyone quickly got up to look at what was happening. The water was finally coming back to fill every lake and river. Everyone shouted of joy, and the land flourished. After very few days, the thirst ended, and there was more water now than any other summer. Uru had succeeded, but it was still some days later until she showed up. Ahadi was happier than ever.
I don't have anything against this. Okay. I think I recognize this. This is Simba. Just like they changed the color of it, and this is Kiara.
And promised Uru that he will never separate from her ever again.
Okay. Chapter 3. Taka.
Uru was now at her final months of pregnancy. The whole pride was patiently waiting for the birth of hers and Ahadi's new cub. The time came and Uru gave birth to her second son. He was very similar to his mother. Green eyes, dark brown fur, and kind of an outlandish look. He was a very needy cub, sometimes a bit capricious, and because of this, on the day of the ceremony, he was given the name Taka, which, as opposed to what many people think, it means want. Since his first weeks of life, he showed a great desire to draw
okay, you know what is funny? I actually looked up what Taka does mean. It actually means trash. But the funny thing is that in Mufasa, the Lion King, like there's a deleted scene in the movie, and Obasi, his father in that movie, says your name means spirit. And I'm just like, so he lied to him. So maybe it was just a memento of courage. I don't know.
Attention to himself, but this attitude worsened as time went on because of Ahadi and Mufasa spending nearly no time with him. Ahadi's goal from now on.
Did you see that? Hold on, look at the. Oh, he's got a tail and a hat. Oh my gosh.
Of Ahadi and Mufasa spending nearly no time with him.
A lot of tail.
Ahadi's goal from now on was to raise Mufasa to be the best king possible and teach him his values. But Taka, he was completely left alone. If it was not for his mother, Uru, things would have gone differently.
Okay, one problem. artist, you made Pride Rock a little too skinny, but yeah.
and in a worse way.
So skinny.
But instead, she was always there for him, trying to give him all the attention he needed and raise him as best
I
as
want
she
to see
could.
movies of this. I want to see, because every time I look at this, I try to imagine it as like a movie, but I can't. I want to see this as a movie.
All by herself. Unfortunately, Taka developed bad emotions towards his father and his big brother. He started to become envious for not being the heir of the throne, despite of Uru trying to teach him humility.
I like how he just got like a scar as a kid. Like, where did he get it?
Something inside him took over that teaching.
But Uru didn't know that Taka was being brainwashed by Choyo. Wait, I thought he died. His grandfather.
He wanted to feel important. He wanted a throne. This led him to start associating with the hyenas. It was something very serious, as the hyenas were the main enemy of the Pride Lands. And once he got caught, he was severely punished by Hadi. But fortunately, the situation didn't escalate.
For now. The base boost, that was crazy.
During his adolescence,
How much longer? Oh.
Taka
Only
spent
4 minutes.
most
Wow,
of
I
his
didn't
time
really expect-
outside the Pride Lands. Uru was very concerned for him, as he essentially never showed up. One day, after many weeks without seeing him, he was found inside the Pride Rock by his father. He had brought some hyenas, and had immediately tried to speak to him, asking for explanations. He looked very angry and disappointed. Taka didn't want
Why does Hadi have Scar there?
to speak, but at the moment he had, anger and frustration kicked over Hadi, and he lashed his paw, nailing his claw on Taka's face.
So that's how we got a Scar. Even though we have a thing called the Lion Guard, which is an official animated version of the Lion King, which literally shows us how he got his scar, and it was even sung in a song that he got it from a snake, not from his father.
Had injured him, leaving his face with
To be fair, he probably never watched the Lion Guard, so that's a possibility.
a permanent scar for life.
Sorry,
The
buddy, but you're
hyenas
wrong.
immediately ran away, and Uru showed up just
But why wouldn't he watch the Lion Guard? I do find that weird, though. Why wouldn't he watch the Lion Guard?
right after that, and got mad at Hadi for what he did. But the damage was already done. Taka left the Pride Rock and ran away. Since then, he gave himself the name Scar to never forget the action of his father. From then on, things changed. Forever. Scar never met his
It's technically Hadi's fault that Scar does what he does. That Scar does what he does to the Pride Lands.
father
Make him like a really bad king when you think about it.
again, and Mufasa was now an enemy for him. He showed anger, but deep inside him he felt alone, and truly wanted someone that could help him. Lucky was he that his mother still loved him. Uru was Scar's only support for the rest of his life. The only moments that he felt consoled and glad were the ones that he spent with his mother. He passed through a very harsh time, and she knew it. Scar, willing to do anything for his mother, he stopped frequenting the hyenas and spent most of his time with her. Uru was very glad for this, but she was also very old now. Scar, knowing that her time had to come sooner or later, he spent every day with her for the last years. For him, she was all: a mother, a friend, and the father
That's
he
a pretty
never
picture.
had.
I like that one.
One night, Uru, in her last days, she asked Scar to keep a promise. She didn't ask him to accept his father and brother in his life, but at least to forgive them. The next morning,
There you go.
Scar woke up, but Uru, she did not. The night Uru had passed away
Oh,
in
that's
her
pretty.
sleep,
That's pretty.
with the heart and hope that Scar, in the years to come and for the rest of his life, would never forget his promise.
Dang. But he never forgave him. But he never forgave Mufasa, bro. Like Mufasa. Well, okay. Technically, Mufasa was it's not really his fault, but like he could have spent more time. He at least could have spent more time with Taka. But but okay, it's not so bad that well it is, but like man, I think Mufasa well actually when you think about Mufasa's death was also partly because he didn't spend as much time with him. So like dang, that's man.
The story of Uru is
I actually no, like I'm being serious. Whoever watches this, I want you to comment down below and tell me if you did cry during this video,
such an important phase in the whole
or if you've
lore
seen
of
this
The
video
Lion
before.
King. Tonight, we dove into the 3 most important stages of her life and got a sneak peek of Scar's story. I hope you liked this video.
I like this one. This one's pretty.
If so, leave a like. And if you have any theory about Uru, Scar,
Wait, you'll
or
get
any of
0
these,
there.
definitely leave it in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out the artists. Their name will be in the description. I'm Oscari, and I wish you a good night.
Written, produced by Ascari. Credits. Wait. I was see. Wait, the art. Wait. Credit. Special thanks to art. Okay. Well, that was a good video. That was very well done. Like, okay, but here's the thing. I want Ascari back. Like, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying this for the record. Um, I want Ascari back because he does so many. Well, it could be a possibility that the reason why he hasn't uploaded in like 4 years is because he's probably run out of stuff to do. Um, but also, I did hear, I looked on his Discord and he said he had a throat infection, and it was posted 4 years ago, which is unfortunate. Bro, like he does such good content and he's so strong in this community. I want him back. Um, it is kind of crazy to think I am part of this community now. So yeah, I mean, I want to try to contact more Lion King like YouTubers and stuff like, and the only subscribers I have are like K-pop Demon Hunter YouTubers, like, or at least do like K-pop stuff. But okay, but based on the video, Uru was yeah, that was one of the best ones I've seen, and I have seen this video before, but it was kind of fun just to react to it again. Man, okay, that was sad. It didn't make me cry because I don't cry that easily. Okay, again, tell me in the comments if you did cry, because I probably would have if I was younger. But hey, nice job, Ascari. That video was released 5 years ago. And yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. It's me, Odens-King. Hope go check out Ascari. I'll link the link in the description, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.